Hey, salute to the Angry Black Man Media Squad. It's your main man, Chief Sock G. Just wanted to come holler at y'all. We are officially living in the post-COVID-19 era of life on planet Earth. Monday, April 18th, a federal judge in Florida passed a ruling that lifted the mandatory mask mandate in all federal buildings, public gathering spaces, and public transportation. The Biden White House has come out and said they're not going to challenge the ruling, which means we're officially back to normal. And all I want to know is, where the fuck is Professor Fauci or Dr. Fauci? Where the fuck is all the scientists that were so hard pressed to get everybody to wear these goddamn masks? For 2 years to the month of April, everything on the earth shut down and everybody had to adapt and adjust because a plague of biblical proportions was upon us and everybody was going to die. Here we are 2 years later, and it's like, was this shit even real? And let me just say, I want to send my condolences to all of the people out there who lost loved ones over these past couple years. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to be insensitive, and for sure, a lot of us have gone through a lot in these past 2 years. But people die every year from the flu. People die every year from the common cold. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who are at risk with different health conditions and they pass away. So how do we know if it was COVID-19 or if it was just life that took somebody out? It seems to me like this was all just a gigantic social engineering test worldwide to see if we come out and say this, if we come out and do that, what can we press people into believing, accepting, or doing? Because for the past 2 years, you had people running around here with these paper masks on, acting like that shit was going to block disease and death when you can smell a fart through it. This shit crazy. And now it's over. I mean, all of the people, all the businesses that went away because of the shutdown, all of the, the jobs that were lost because people couldn't show up to go to work unless you worked for a giant corporation. You was considered an essential worker, or you took your ass to work and you did your social distancing and you put your mask on because they needed to make money. 2 years later, all those companies' stocks have quadrupled. Amazon, FedEx, fucking, UPS. So many of these corporations. But the little guys, the mom and pop shops, they had to shut down. And now they're not coming back because the economy is in a horrible place. The dollar is at the weakest it's ever been. The cost of living has gone up everywhere, but the wages that people being paying have only increased a little bit. One good thing that came out of this whole pandemic, though, I tell you this, is black people learned quickly to depend on one another. When them goddamn nail salons was forced to close, then you found out there was a black woman in your city that knew how to do some nails. Black woman nails ain't never looked as good as they was looking these past couple years because they was having to go to the private salon one-on-one and get Sharkeisha or Crystal or, I don't know, Shaquanda to do their nails. But now that they done lifted this mask mandate, watch you hoes go flood back into that goddamn Korean beauty supply store. Go flood back into them goddamn nail salons with them chinks doing your nails and talking shit about you to your face. This pandemic, these restaurants shut down. You found out there was a black woman in your neighborhood that was cooking plates. Some sister had a business. She started a plate business. She was delivering plates, bringing food to your door, you understand? And you was paying her for them hot plates that she was making every Saturday night. She was making a killing. Now watch you go back to popping bottles in the club and, you know what I'm saying, spending all your money at the goddamn fancy, smancy restaurant, paying too much goddamn money. Some of y'all out there was forced to spend some time with your kids. Was forced to sit in that house and deal with that woman that you got and deal with those kids and help them with their schoolwork. And some of y'all found out that you had a kid that was not doing good in school. You found out that school environment was not good for your kid. Some of y'all found out that you had an addiction to attention. That COVID forced you to sit your ass in the house, you know what I'm saying, and find something constructive to do with yourself, because you couldn't just waste all your time being drunk, being high, and pretending that you was living some fantasy life in the club every week. But I'm afraid that now that this whole COVID shit is supposed to be over, all the lessons that we learned about survival and about sticking together and about preferring one another is just going to fall by the wayside. Because so many of y'all are so quick to get back to whatever that bullshit was that you was living before the COVID. I'm just going to tell y'all like this. COVID shut the earth down for 2 years. Now there's a war going on in Ukraine. And if that thing doesn't pan out and become what they're hoping that it's going to be, there will be some catastrophe that takes place that they are going to be able to use to blame for the economy failing, for the gas prices rising, for the food prices going up. And what we have to understand is that the lessons that we should have learned from these past 2 years is what's going to carry us through whatever the next phase of the failing of this empire is going to be. So don't be so excited that the mask mandate is lifted. Don't be so excited to want to rush back to the club. Don't be so excited to want to get back to quote unquote normal. Because normal for us in America is what it has been. And we should not want to go back to that. But yeah, where the fuck is Fauci? Where the fuck is all these doctors? You know what I'm saying? I was never one that was against the vaccine. I ain't no conspiracy theorist, you know what I'm saying? If these devils wanted to kill black people, they ain't got to put no medicine inside of you to kill you. They killing you with this food that they got you eating. They killing you with these drugs that you smoking and that you snorting and that you putting in your body. You know what I'm saying? They killing you with this alcoholism. They killing you with this culture that they gave you that has you to kill your brother and have sex with your sister and throw her away. That has you to ride on your ops and sell dope and get rich or die trying. They ain't got to put no goddamn drugs in no vaccine. They don't want to give black people no goddamn medicine anyway. So I ain't worried about the whole vaccine and none of that, but just feel like a cruel joke been played on everybody. And all of us was implicit in it. But now they just woke up one day and decided, yeah, well, you know, joke's over now. We done with that. Y'all go back to regular life. Damn that. But hey, maybe I'm just an angry black man. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all let me know. Salute to the Angry Black Man Media Squad. It's your man, Chief Sock G. I'll holler at y'all.